Are you struggling with learning Korean or you don't know where to start? Do you feel like you're stuck at certain level already? You're watching the right channel and I am going to help you. In this video, I'm going to share some tips about how to learn Korean efficiently and faster, easier, and above all, the most important tips that you can actually apply immediately. No matter what your level is, it can be absolute beginner or it can be intermediate level. Welcome to my brand new channel, 물고기, and let's get started. What's the best way of learning foreign language, do you think? So, taking lessons, yeah, probably, but it will take a long time and not to mention about its cost. You need to be in the country where it speaks the language you're learning, right? Or maybe like you can make like boyfriend, girlfriend who's from there, that who speaks the language, which it can be a little bit tricky for majority of people, I guess, and it's not for everybody, obviously, right? So then, what is the idea of this too? Actually, is like be surrounded by the language, right? You need to keep listening the language. You need to keep hear it. You need to keep use the language. Actually, that's the best way of learning, actually, right? But not many people can travel abroad or study abroad or live abroad, or like having boyfriend, girlfriends, like kind of impossible, isn't it? Now, like you're gonna have a question about like, oh well, but I don't have any Korean friends around me. In my area, like there's no Korean. They don't live here. Well, that is the reason why you have to talk by yourself. Speak in Korean. You have to let it out. You have to use Korean as much as possible. So the letting it out will be the most efficient way of improving your Korean. First of all, many of you guys are already into Korean movies or dramas, maybe K-pop as well, right? You probably picked up some random words. I'm pretty sure, right? Use it. Use it. That's what you need to do. So the thing is, the way I did of improving my English back then when I was in school, like I just literally wanted to say in English, you know? So you need to actually choose some words, like random words. I was looking for a word, the most English words ever. So, which I picked up, oops. By the time I didn't know any English, right? And then oops, it sounds so like, you know, English. So actually, when you hit by something, in Korean we say like aya or ah, you know, like there's so many other way of saying it in Korean, yes, but it's quite different, right? So this is what I did. So I try my best to switch from aya in Korean to in English, oops, right? So in the beginning, of course, it took a while. Like language learning, yeah, it definitely takes time, you know. So it took like about a couple of months. So I started to say yeah, oops, you know, oops, oh, oops, you know, like I was so struggling because it didn't really come up. Like my mouth, my brain is not used to it. So I started from oops, and then eventually I said it. I was like, yeah, that was very big first step I ever took, right? And from there I started to switch like many different random words, just random like expression words, right? So that I can just use it all the time. So I started from there, hi, from there, you know, so many different things, right? In English, same thing, you guys can also use Korean words instead, right? So from a small words, it became a sentence. Force yourself to say in Korean. This also, I remember this one. I'm gonna tell you this story. So I actually threw myself out in the situation that I had to speak English all the time, which was traveling, yes. My English wasn't very good. Most of the time I didn't really understand, and then of course the people could actually hear me as well, that I didn't really get any. Every time they were keep saying like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? what did you just say? You know, what was it? What was I was like so struggled because I didn't know do you know what I am saying? You know, like it was everyone is just saying like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like it's way too fast. It was so difficult to catch, but I copied the sound. Once I hear it, I tried my best to mimic it. Okay, so I tried to copy the sound, copy the tone, everything. I didn't even need to know like what's inside, but I was keep copying what I heard and I was keep using it. And this definitely helped a lot. So I didn't understand what it meant, right? So I had to ask like, what? Like my English wasn't good, so I had to say like, what? All the time, and they had to translate English into English, you know. So, oh yeah, it means like, do you understand? Like, oh, okay, I kind of guess what it meant, so I just used it, right? I literally use it. It can be wrong, but if it's wrong, then people are gonna say something, right? So I started to use it, and actually it helped because when I said, you know what I'm saying? I just use it as, do you understand, right? And people seem to understand me, you know. That was really cool thing. It was working, you know. So like about a year later, I think, like several months later at least, I realized it means, do you know what I am saying? But anyways, I started from there, you know. I started to say like, mimic the sentences, mimic the whatever phrase or random stuff, you know, that I hear the most and use it all the time, you know. So those kind of words, those phrase and everything, it actually has become general sentences. Every time my English was improving, so I actually could say certain random sentences, like for example, oh, this is my bus. Oh, like, this is not my bus. Where is my bus? You know, or like, what time is it? Oh, it's 1 a.m., you know. Like random thing, but very basic stuff. So since then, like you can also like ask question in English, answer in English as well. So change it again. You can ask questions in Korean and answer the question in Korean as well. So that in this way, your pronunciation or your Korean sentences will become way nicer and easier. Okay. Another tip here is think in Korean. You have to think in Korean. It's sometimes really embarrassing to say, you know, random foreign words out loud, especially when you don't know what it meant, or if it's correct or not. And then maybe like some of your family members or your friends are like already pissed at you that you're using a foreign random word. Don't worry, you can always think by yourself, right? And then the people who say, oh, I don't have time to practice, well, this is the time, like whenever you wake up in the morning or when you're about to go to sleep on the bed, you can actually think in Korean, oh, what I've done today, or what I'm going to do tomorrow, or what I will gonna do today, or you know, like some kind of daily routine kind of stuff as well, emotions whatsoever, right? Also like in the shower, while you're waiting a bus, while you're on the bus or commute, there are plenty of time. When you're in the bathroom especially, like, I mean, what do? You know? So you can actually practice Korean, you know, in your head. Thinking in foreign language that you're learning right now is definitely important and the most efficient way that you have to apply in your daily life, especially for Korean as well, like learning Korean, because probably you heard that Korean language structure is actually somewhat backward. It's actually unique, but of course it's different, so it's difficult, right? So when you're learning Korean or Japanese as well, you will struggle a lot, and then that's normal because the structure is different. We actually, like, I usually say this is like kind of Yoda talk, right? You have to say backwards. So in English, you have to say subject and verb and object, right? But in Korean, it has to be subject and object and verb. The verb has to be in the end in Korean, which makes you so confused, you know, because you have to say I, Serena, am instead of I am Serena. You know, have to switch it. It's kind of backward, and you must get used to this backward way of thinking, you know. Thinking Korean is very important, and it will significantly help your Korean skill, especially structure-wise. Tip number 3, focus on most commonly used vocabulary rather than random words, okay? This is the reason why I don't recommend the vocabulary books. Oh my god, it's so random, and when we're gonna use it, you know? That, I mean, some are very important words to know, yes, but eventually, not now. You need to focus on the words that in your daily basis, you know, like how do we say a chair? How do we say to eat? How do you say, you know, like the most important, how do you say cup? How do you say phone, you know? The one that you can use immediately. What do you usually say? What do you usually hear? What's around you? Look around, like what's in here, you know? Oh, I have a computer. How do we say computer in Korean? How do we say phone in Korean? How do we say a laptop? How do we say cup? How do we say, you know, clothes, hair, you know, eye? Oh, I have something in my eyes. You can say those things. Like these are more important words over like a culture, like, or magazine. Like, why do you need to know magazine, you know? This is my tip. Focus on what you're actually using, what you are actually saying, what you're hearing the most at the moment. Try lots of different topics as well. That will be very helpful to get over the slump. Start from there. Start from where you actually can use it. So tip number 4, no idea where to start. That's fine. Learn the Korean alphabet, Hangul. Hangul first. You have to learn the Korean alphabet first. This is the problem, by the way. Some of you guys probably learned Korean by romanization. Meaning of those words can change like completely by your little mispronunciation, you know? So learning Korean alphabet properly, that's the first step you need to go. Well, think about it. I'm gonna tell you this story about my friend who couldn't really say the R sound in Korean, R or L. There are many people who cannot really distinguish these two different sounds, right? R and L, because in Korean it's one sound, L, L, right? Some of my friends that wanted to say, oh, I cook rice or I eat rice, but because they couldn't really pronounce rice perfectly, so they actually accidentally say lice. Oh, I eat lice. Like, come on, this is completely different word and it's disgusting, right? This is actually a problem. If you pronounce or differently, it change everything. So take your time of learning Korean alphabet first, alright? I'll share some videos, proper videos of learning Hangul soon. So yeah, like please just watch it over and over again. Try to listen over and over again. Practice it. Try to read everything as you can see. Just like let it out. Just try to guess what it looks like or what it sounds like, you know, by looking. And yes, definitely language learning takes time. Okay, I've been keep saying over and over again. Language learning takes time. You can't just grab it like this. Please be patient. Don't lose your pace and just learn it. Try to memorize as much as possible. Memorizing this alphabet first, and then you can just jump into random words. But again, not random, has to be the one that you can daily use. I'm gonna share the tip about learning Hangul as well soon. Just try to memorize it. Like maybe you can try like old-fashioned way, like just literally writing it down one by one, and then eventually you're gonna pick it up, right? And then I know that the video has been so long, so I actually made the part 1 and part 2. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and yeah, I'll be back very soon. Bye, see you soon. 안녕.